Alright, so today I'm going to be playing through Strawhart. This is the debut game of a small team called Cypher Creations. This game just came out very recently in March 2020. At the time of me recording this video, it's about 4 days ago. And being a small studio, a couple of the people there who I'm friends with, so no bias, just so that's out of the way, I just wanted to make sure that there's a guide out there for people to follow because there are some challenging bits to this game. Strawhart is a puzzle action platformer hybrid, kind of has some tones of Portal, Zelda, a whole bunch of good stuff, and I think it all comes together very nicely. So I'm not really going to talk too much, let me just kind of get into it. Okay, so like I said, this is a small studio, not as much fanfare as AAA games, so my goal is to just kind of run through the game and show off all the puzzles in case anyone gets stuck. There are a lot of collectibles in the form of Apocrypha hidden throughout the world. You got a ton of these guys scattered throughout. I'm going to go for as many as I possibly can, the ones that I do know about at the very least. Bound to miss some though, but I guess all I can say is I'll try to get all of them. So, as long as you don't have a lot of faith in that, we'll just run through the game. Who needs pyromancy? I'm all about that cryomancy. Alright, so the game is split into, I want to say about 5 sections. Before we assemble the Scarecrow, the titular character, I'm gonna go do this first just because it's closer. We're gonna assemble something else. And there we've assembled Archive. This should be an achievement for you. Okay, and we're going to come back and visit Archive after every major story beat, and you should have some new things to talk about. So now let's head on over to Scarecrow. And assemble our friend Strawhart. Actually, okay, so another achievement is you can deny Strawhart's offer. So let's just go ahead and do that. And it's not really going to affect anything if you just deny him there and get the achievement. Okay, so let's just make do to the first area of the game. This is going to be kind of split into two sections. We got a little tutorial part first, followed by, I guess, the main portion of everything, and that's going to make up part one. we'll just humor him there. Alright, so the game, like I said, it has some Portal vibes to it, and that's going to be mainly based on the two powers we have for left click and right click. Imbue is the first power that we get, our right click. Telekinesis, I mean, we can grab boxes with it, so it's kind of nice. As long as we're interacting with boxes, though. And now we have our second power. Amplify and Imbue. So there's a lot of different objects scattered throughout the world that we're going to use these two powers on and just see how they interact. And that's going to be the meat of the game right there. But first, just kidding, not first. First, let's just jump through. Wait, what am I doing? I'm stupid. We're going to amplify that. Please keep watching, I swear. It'll be better. Alright, now we're going to take a little detour into this first door right here. And this is going to be our first Apocrypha. And we got a good chunk of them in the first part of the game. That's our first one right there. And let's just keep running through. One thing you can do, just so we're aware, is you can put boxes on air sigils. Just to keep them there in case you're figuring out what to do, just thinking about it. Just something to know. But we're not even going to do that. We're just going to launch ourselves up with the box. Climb on up. And head straight down. That box is already in place. Amplify. I don't know why I'm walking through like, you know, this section is particularly difficult or anything, but whatever, I'm talking to myself, it's fine. So pumpkins, there's two ways to interact with this. If we amplify them, they'll explode immediately. And if we imbue them, they'll be on a timer. About 9 seconds if you're counting, 8 seconds. Alright, if we go that way, we open this door now, we'll get our second Apocrypha. Might as well open that. There's another door we can blast down over here. This one's just going to give us some lore building in the world. This isn't an Apocrypha, but there's a lot of stuff like this around the game, just so we can get a glimpse into the world of Acre. Dang, that was a nice sales pitch right there. Nice advertisement. Okay, and now we got our third Apocrypha right here, the sword. Just pouring one out for the homie. Alright, and if we go that way, we're going to run into an old man that needs his coffee and won't let us cross the bridge. So we'll just go the right way. Let's launch ourselves, and then amplify ourselves. And while we're up here, we can just we can do what they say in deep power, or we can just launch off. At least on the keyboard, Q is deep power, and that's just going to deactivate everything currently around. Alright, so we unlock another power, which is just throw. Just hold that interact button when you're holding something and you'll throw it across. Alright, make a left and we got our next Apocrypha. And just so we're on the same page, we should have 4 right now. Okay. And we'll just do the classic pulley system right there. Again, still the tutorial, nothing too difficult going on. Scary looking dude right there, we'll keep him in mind. And just kind of trail our amplifiers there. Cross that fence, dive over it. Alright, should have a bomb appearing. Some mysterious benefactor helping us out. Let's amplify that, and now we'll get our first real use of clap. Grab it, toss it, blow it up. Alright, next Apocrypha, I can't say that word. We've got a slightly shiny little box here, that's the clue for us, but this is an easy one to miss. So make sure we look over there, blast that crate, gather it up. Oh, there's a trap there. Try not to set yourself on fire, but okay. Alright, another little mini section. This time we're going to be showing off these panels. You can interact with them in two ways. Imbuing them is going to just cause it to become a wall. Amplifying, we can launch ourselves off a little bit. And we'll see those throughout the game. Can even do it up and down. Like I said, there's parts of Zelda in here, and that's what we're looking at now as we destroy every crate in sight. Okay. And you'll probably get this through experimenting, but we can actually launch boxes and ourselves through obstacles if we amplify this. Yeah, it'll kind of shrink it down, send it through, and like I said, we ourselves can also be shrunk down. Just something to keep in mind that might come up later. Okay, so this switch is going to control that little pillar over there. So we want to be on that before it triggers. So we'll set the box up like this, amplify to send it down, and activate the switch. Didn't really show it off, but the reason we do amplify that is because boxes can actually rest on the neutral purple pillar. Platform, whatever we'll call them. Alright, feeling the shame of my actions right now. Okay, another achievement. We're going to rescue our little critter friend. And we're going to be nice with him. Now we have a new friend at Homestead. There is another achievement. I'm actually not entirely sure what it really is, but I think it's exploding crates. I got it around this point of the game, so if you're exploding every crate you see, hopefully you'll get the same results. Alright, next Apocrypha. And that is pretty much it for this little mini tutorial section. One more little mini puzzle. These little altars, once we explode a pumpkin inside of them, they're going to light up. We just want to make sure we do it at the same time or near the same time. Easy peasy. There we go, tutorial's pretty much done. Now we're in it. If you were paying attention, you could see someone wandering around up there. Secret passages, let's keep that in mind. Alright, so on this first floor there's two options. We can tackle these in any order that we'd like. And this switch is going to show us it activates the stairs, but also the exit is going to turn up. So we're going to put it on a timer. Just make sure we're up there. I'm just going to press every bookcase just in case. Never know, there's always something I could miss. A little bit OCD here. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so our goal in this puzzle is to grab this switch. We can see another Apocrypha up there. We can't quite get it yet, so we'll concentrate on the switch. We'll launch ourselves up, make a nice little landing. I'm not even sure if this is how it's intended, but we're going to jump and grab this at the same time. Bookshelves, you'll understand in a little bit why I'm checking all these bookshelves. It's all critter fan fiction. You know what kind I'm talking about. Alright, so we've got another box over there. And we want to be able to get back. The way we get back is we're going to amplify that air sigil, throw this in, create a little path. And there we go. And now we have a box to help us get over there. So let's launch that over. That'll still land. Like I said, boxes can still land on that neutral section, or that neutral color. But I'm going to go over there too, so I'm going to go launch myself. Use that as a base, and there we go. Little shortcut here. Saves a little bit of time. Speedrun strats. Alright, so this room, this puzzle is actually fairly complicated for the beginning of the game, I think. A few different ways to solve it, so I'm going to solve it with a little bit of repetition. So just to explain it actually first, we got 3 switches. Each of them is going to elevate one of those floor panels up. Got the furthest one here. The middle one is going to operate this guy on the right. And this one's going to operate the one closest to us. Now you would think we go for that one, but nah, we're going to do it slightly different way. Alright, so if we clap while we're standing on here, the exploding pumpkin is going to go down. Now we're going to blow that up so we can create the pillars again, as that switch operates both that pillar and the panels. Alright, so next we're going to utilize both of these air sigils, doing kind of the same thing. Okay, so let's clap that up. blow it up. We got our panels again. Just be careful, I'm a little overzealous. And we're going to amplify, or I'm sorry, we're going to imbue the air sigil we put that box on. That's going to land on the switch, and up we go. So something I just wanted to try really quick. I know I said I was going to do like a straight run through, but I think there's some secrets I haven't found. I would really like to find. Ah, there it is. And let's see, what do we got in here? Some lore. Good old Rockhaven. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen the room, so fun for me. But let's get back to it. Alright, and before we head upstairs, the reason that I've been picking at every bookcase is because some will be kind of obvious. Maybe not at first glance, but if we really examine them, we can see that one texture is a little bit light, a little bit interactable. The classics. So let's pull that up. We're going to dive down here, amplify as close as we can, and we got a secret chamber. The Sundering Chamber, in fact. Got a bunch of panels. 2 levers that we're going to try and press. The only difference here is that as we move on to these panels, they're going to disappear. So we really just have to create a path for us to be able to get to that pillar of flame before we run out of panels to land on. Which shouldn't be all that hard. Okay. Okay, so once we have that, we can probably start piecing together some of the lore, what's going on. Alright, and then we have a little exit puzzle here, a little escape plan. We can try and go across and solve it, but I'm going to do it the simple way. By killing myself. And due to the auto-save system here, how it works, it's actually going to be a shortcut for us. Oh, and just so we're aware, we're still gonna have that Apocrypha. It still registers for us. Let that be a lesson to you, kids. If you want to do something quick, just kill yourself. Alright, so second floor, we have to come in here. Our goal is going to be try and push this panel down. Reveal another door at the end of the hallway on the other side, but before we engage with this puzzle, let's go get that Apocrypha we saw before. And another little detour. This one is kind of hard to see when you look straight up. You kind of have to angle it to tell that there's a secret passage there, but there is one. And this box has haunted me for a long time, but there's no value in it. Really is just nothing but junk. We're just going to see a few main characters. A little foreshadowing. Alright, so we're going to place the pumpkin on this air sigil. Then amplify ourselves up here. Once we're up there, let's imbue and catch it. And then a little finicky when you come down. Might take a few tries. Still looking for secrets though. Nope. Alright, we'll keep that pumpkin there. We got one more Apocrypha up there. You can kind of see it. Let me double check over here. Any doors that we can interact with? Looking for a little clicky sound. Nope. Slightly indulgent. Okay, so we got an explodable board. A few of them over there. Let's activate the switch. It's already active. Wow, that was terrible. So we just gotta make sure we throw it in time. Alright, and before we head out there to, I believe, the final puzzle, more or less, we got our last Apocrypha. Just gonna do some acrobatics. Oh god, no. Got a little cocky on that one. So as I was saying, before we head to that last puzzle, I think it's the last puzzle, you do a little acrobatics. Some deja vu. This time we won't try and land on that pillar. I'll head back. So we got two switches here, one there and one there. Our goal is to get, we have a box, you can kind of see it on the other side. It's going to help us out. Before we do that, let's go to the right. We see this symbol here. This is a symbol for a cultist, and that has to do with the friend that we saw walking if you were especially observant in that first cutscene in Harrow's End. Or I'm sorry, not Harrow's End, Wick's End. And this is a cultist room, but he's not here right now. We gotta go find him. If you've looked at the achievements for the game, there are 6 cultists scattered throughout the world. They're going to be in rooms similar to that. So let's imbue ourselves 3 times. Amplify. And grab this guy. I'm just going to launch him over back to the switch, followed by myself. Okay, and this switch activates the panel over here that we're going to use to amplify that box into the cage. So let's launch him and do it up just like that. Then we'll do the same thing we did before. Okay, so actually one more little mini puzzle here. If we look, kind of hintsy on that side, that there's something back there. So we got another false bookcase. Maybe it's not false, maybe it's just rigged, yeah. Okay, and there's the object we're going to use to blow that up. So there's probably a fancy way and a real way to solve this. I'm going to do the speedrun strats though. Let's grab this, launch it over, and then just kill ourselves. Because everything is going to be maintained unless we actually restart the puzzle. And the way to restart the puzzle, just so we know, is by pressing this button in the main menu, load last checkpoint. And boom. So the here treasure, it's just going to kind of chime whenever we're near an Apocrypha. I think it's just Apocrypha, not inspectable things. Not 100% sure though. But we probably won't hear that for a little bit, so. Say hi to our friend. And this ladder is more or less going to end Wick's end, so let's just double check. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Apocrypha right now. If you don't, I believe you can just go back and get them. I don't think you're really zoning at all through here, so yep, just make sure you have that. And we'll continue on to the next part. And we're finally going to meet our friend over here, who's just standing there, menacingly. Gotta say, those hands look familiar. Right? This is his lair, I assume. We have a handy dandy telescope, kind of like Majora's Mask. Good times. That's what it reminds me of. Alright, and when we jump down here, we've got our first boss fight. Familiar of the statue that we saw in the tutorial part. Alright, and we're looking for a specific attack to damage this boss, which is that attack right there. He's going to launch a row of 3 exploding pumpkins that are already detonated. We're going to use them, we're going to grab them, and toss them back 3 times. Every time you hit him, he will add an extra row, as we can see right here. So there's the first wave. There's the second. Alright, let's try not to die. Hit him a 3rd time. He's got a few fireball attacks that are a little hard to see. They might come from behind. When he jumps up there, he's just hitting the first half of this little pillar. And I think we got kind of lucky. Alright, nice and quick. It does have a few more attacks that I don't think it even showed there, so you'll pick it up. I believe in you, friend. Alright, and that was pretty much it for the first part. That was Wick's End and Harrowmont, making up part 1. I'm actually going to stop it there, because if I do reset the game, anything that I do in Hearthstone right now will be a little wonky. So yeah, we're going to cut it right there and then move on to part 2 in the next video, which is Veilcrest.